Why, hello there, fellow metalworkers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Romestead. Episode 4, Firing Up the Blacksmith. Let's grab our copper that we have so far. I think I put some copper away. Yep. Let's see what we can make with it. Where'd I put my bench? I have one of them here. So I wanted to also get just a road up here. And you can, even though the blacksmith, like you can build roads on the tiles that you have houses on to increase the movement speed too. So I can have the entire blacksmith, you know, covered in roads if I wanted to. But all right, that aside, checking in. Blacksmith. We're gonna want a pickaxe, an axe. I don't think I need a gladius because my current one's better. And let's do a copper shield. And then as we gain more copper, I'll do, you know, armor and stuff like that. Or maybe even just the feathered stuff, which could be a pretty good stopgap until we have better stuff. I'm moving it with WSD. Not mouse. Mouse is like directional clicking for attacks. And look at that farm field. Looking good. Hopefully we get some crops out of it soon so that we can feed our people. Let's grab the feathered armor. And then we'll need a feathered hood eventually. We'll probably go kill the boss again for that at some point. So we got a blacksmith up. I'm gonna add a house. Empty house here. For the blacksmith. And then we'll take on a new task. Oh, interestingly, the crafting bench kind of works in different rules where, like, you can throw that. Like, for most things that are furniture, you can't just, like, huck it. But for the crafting bench, you just can. Oh, that's where it went. Can't wait to get the new tools, because flint sucks. Neat. So what do we got so far? You done? Finished orders. Pickaxe. And almost got the shield. Awesome. This will make a big difference as far as resource gathering speed goes, and I'll just offer my old tools up. I don't have a market yet, which is why I'm just like offering everything up rather than selling it. Once you have a market, it isn't necessarily unreasonable to just sell stuff instead. For the coin, if you intend to use the coin for something, but really depends if you have a plan for it or not. Otherwise, just offering it up is also great because it gives you the god favor, which is pretty useful. Okay, the next thing that I think is so of all the next projects that I could build, let me think about this. Material storage is probably the most important, paired with the logistics, I would say. And neither of them require people to actually physically live there. It's not a workplace. So I'm going to do material storage I'm going to put a material storage right here, adjacent to the lumber mill. And then logistics tent next to that. Build storage and logistics. Do I have automatic defenses? I will eventually. Yes. The difference of these shields is block strength, so the new one blocks a little stronger, which is nice. So for the logistics, we need stone and wood. So I need a whole lot of wood. And what I should be doing, and I haven't been doing up until now, but it is using the actual lumber mill, because it's been cutting down trees for me and I haven't actually been fetching that wood, and there's not a really good reason for that. So let's actually use its wood for once. And soon on the horizon, I'll be setting up automatic defenses. I just haven't gotten there yet. Why do I have so many empty houses? I don't need them necessarily. Their houses are like for happiness bonus and attractiveness and stuff. Oh, I didn't mean to talk to you. But yeah, it's mostly an aesthetic thing. So grabbing the wood so that the lumber mill worker can continue working, and adding wood to our queue, because there's a maximum stack pile there. And once you exceed the maximum stack pile, they don't like do anything else. Also, you get your... So the logistics tent requires clay barrels, and once you build it, you'll get the barrel back. It doesn't consume the barrel. Here's the tent. And the tent, what this does is it allows you to set up like output and inputs. So if, let's say, this farm was growing only things that could be directly eaten, like cabbage, we could have the output from the farm go directly to the input of the food stand. Now, the issue in this case is it's a mix of wheat and that needs processing and baking, and cabbage that can be eaten. So that's why I kind of like specialized farms, so that you can automate it even better. But in this case, it also will allow your leather worker and your blacksmith to draw from stockpiles and the like, which is what material storage is all about. So instead of having leather stored in, 5 different spots, you can have leather stored in one spot, one universal storage spot that you can interact with for goods. Oops. That wasn't full, was it? I thought I had 3. Yeah, I had 3. I just threw it over. The material storage is also required if you want to upgrade anything in your town, because building it initially, you bring them resources to it. Upgrading it requires materials to be in your storage. So the way this works is you can just throw goods in here, and it has a finite amount of storage space, but it can store stone, it can store lumber, it can store bricks, it can store concrete, which you get much later on, clay, so on and so forth, and also just items in general. So if I wanted to put like olives in it, because olives are worthless as far as food storage, and like leather and wheat, and let's just drop like everything that I'm not immediately using in it. Mint seeds, bay seeds, guardian talons, pretty flowers, etc. We can then treat it as universal storage. Now, I do think it's useful to have multiple material storages for different, so that you can control inputs and outputs. But the other big advantage here is, so this is like, I'm setting up a connection between the lumberyard to the material storage of repeating resources. And if I save that, what it will do is it will export the wood to the material storage. This can store 15 lumber, this can store 5. And you'll see this lumber automatically be moved. Boom, it did it. I didn't touch that. That was automatic, and it moved it over there, making it available for construction going forward. So we got the mat storage and got logistics, and the other part of the logistics is then output of material storage to input of leatherworker, requesting resources, and then output of leatherworker back to the material storage, putting it into the box, repeating of items. And then output material storage to the input of the blacksmith, requesting resources, and then output into the material storage, repeating items. So now the leatherworker and the blacksmith draws their resources to the from the material storage, allowing us to automate the process much more easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter these buildings and then remove the building storage, which isn't made available universally, and plop in the material storage. And also I should go to the initial chest that I laid down too. So if I come back over to the leatherworker, you can see that I have, you know what? It's not offering items, is it? Now I think about it. Come on. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, let's try that again. Why is it not showing? Might have canceled that and reset it. And then, because city defense is getting, I'll cue that up later. Because city defense is getting annoying, oh, they take resources. Yeah, it was weird that it wasn't showing the resource. Let me just see if I can queue it up. Not enough materials. Yeah, that, I might have unchecked the box that needed to be checked. The next thing I wanted to get was the carpenter, because the carpenter is going to allow me to, set up the oh, come on, to set up town defenses a lot more easily, so that I don't have to manually do it. So I'm going to pivot what I'm working on right now to set up the carpenter, because I don't want to have to build every individual road. Now the carpenter requires material storage to be nearby, as you can see. So I'll just put the carpenter just due north of it, I think. And the current priority is get a carpenter and add defenses. So rude that I was typing and they didn't care. Okay, we have... Oh, hello. Why are bears coming all the way in? So I'm missing 2 clay barrels and 3 wood. Now the wood is getting automatically harvested, so I'll focus on the clay barrels. Yes, they did almost nibble me to death. And here's exactly what I was saying before, which is if you have 2 carts, you can easily differentiate between the loaded one and the unloaded one. If we wanted to add a cart, I could build one, or eventually have the carpenter queue one up themselves. You can ask the carpenter to, like, build one too. Oh, I didn't move my bench. My bad. But having the carpenter queue up a whole bunch of carts for you if you want to do like a mass move of resources also makes sense. Or Blacksmith, they also make carts. They just make the metal ones. Okay, so we're missing 2 wood. And the way the clay barrels work is you throw the clay into it, it stores clay internally, and then the bucket gets left over. So the material storage also stores 10 buckets at level 1. What the heck? Would you just fricking not, please? Another annoying thing about those golems is they will sometimes just, like, steal stuff from your building sites, which is why getting defensive walls around your city is so nice. Oh boy, so nice early on, so they just don't, like, nick your supplies out from under you, which gets annoying if it happens enough. Alright, that should be all the wood we need. Put the barrels away. I have another barrel somewhere, I'll find it later. And let's hire a carpenter. So, this here acts as like a workbench, and then inside is the carpenter's bills. And the carpenter can make, like, better roads, can make buckets, chests, barricades, war table, that comes in play later on. But importantly, queuing up construction automatically, so that they will just build stuff. And paired with the carpenter, I want to also add a stone quarry, so that I have an income of stone, so I can start building stone walled defenses. So I was going to do that as well. Oh, and there's the item I queued up to make. Way better armor. In fact, my old armor can just be offered to the gods. But until I have the quarry up, one thing that will happen is the carpenter is also going to build all the roads that I have queued. And unless I want it to be farmland, I could just build as many roads as I want. So I'm going to queue up a few more to keep the carpenter busy. And if you're wondering, hey, it's not looking very green, we can do that later as well. Add trees and stuff. Make it pretty. But this will also help to level up the carpenter's actual level, like their job level, once they actually physically are building non-roads. So that comes into play later too. So, quarry. Oh, I don't have quarries yet. Let's unlock quarries. So the quest to unlock a quarry is offering 5 copper bars to Vulcan. And in this case, because of the nature of gathering copper and like the travel time and effort it takes, it might make sense for me to have more than one cart at this point. And I'm also emptying out those initial house chests and just like quick stacking stuff to make it be available here. Even the seeds, because I think the farm we already have probably has all the seeds it will end up needing. I don't need to really add more in. So we could have the carpenter make carts from wood planks. So I could say something like this, ordering 2 wood planks, and then once we have the planks, we could order a cart. In this case, just for speed, I'll probably end up building it myself. So it'll be faster. Which is just 3 wood. Or lumber, I should say. I think 12 copper is reasonable for first copper run. So that's what we'll aim for. I should have map markered the copper from before, but I know that it was up this way because I saw it. Oh, yeah, there's some right there. And this is one of the advantages of a cart train. Just bringing these back one at a time would be horrid. The quarry can also mine ores as well. And the ores that it can mine... Oops. Is based upon the biome that they're built in. So copper is the like starting biomes, and then the other biomes have other tin and iron. Copper plus tin equals bronze, and then eventually iron. Don't hit my carts, no! No! No, he didn't attack the cart on purpose, it was just like in the way. I just built them. Don't damage them. It's not something that they'll like intentionally aggro, but if you're using the cart to like block enemies, it's well don't. Dang it. There is a trinket that allows you to like roll over small stuff if you're bad at driving like I am. That I might find at some point. Thought there was other copper on the road, and then if not, I'll. Oh yeah, here it is. This might be all the copper I need. These 2 or 4 nodes that I hit for the purpose of the quest. Oops. If the cart's full, you'll end up just like smashing it with the copper you're throwing. It's safer to walk if you're wondering to walk up and like place it down gently, but I am anything but gentle. I think that middle one has one more spot. Yeah, it did. Okay, we're good. Did I leave 1 copper back here? Yes. Ah, fine. Ooh, favor point. Ah, bits for the road tax. Well, thank you. Yeah, the one thing this game does not have, sadly, is aqueducts. That'd be cool. Alright, let's go back. Get this smelted up. You know, I have cart space. Let's grab that 2 extra wood. There we go. Oh no! We ditched one. Uh-oh, I hear wolves. Let's run. Fly, you fools. And here are quest sites related to god quests, where they want me to go do something. Train. Yep. Train time. I didn't build that wall. My dude musta. And just like smelting, or, you know, this is how you smelt. So you toss the coal in, toss the ores in. And if you're accurate enough, they become bars. If you're inaccurate, you'll pick it back up. I'm throwing it freaking everywhere. This is actually a terrible spot for it, because I can't, like, bring a cart around to it for the blacksmith. It'd be better if I could, like, park the cart here. You know, so some improvements. I could just destroy the home because no one's actually using it. And I've trapped myself. Damn you! Damn you, city planner! No, it's not what I want. Not like this. Not like this. Well, it's a cartfuffle now. Oops, and I even damaged some of the other ones. Don't touch me! No, wait! Yo, jerkface, get out of here. His parents didn't love him. His given name is Jerkface. It's really, really unfortunate. Okay, I have obviously more than enough copper for the quest. So let's offer that up to Vulcan and be like, yo, Here's your metal. And boom, quarry can now be built. So let's go ahead and get a quarry. At least one, maybe more. And even though I'm kind of crowding the mill or the lumberyard, I don't care. That's where I'm going to put it. It's pretty easy to like plant a lot of trees around your lumber mill, so I'm not too worried about its efficiency ratings. And here's the carpenter bringing the clay barrel over to the mill. Now, another really useful tool for building is the grappling hook, which I might invest in soon with the leftover copper I got from the quest. The grappling hook allows you to grab resources from a distance, so it allows you to transport a lot of resources quickly. Useful for building, and that might be a good investment. Hey, Nep, thank you for the resub. Alright, so what are we missing here? We're missing 3 wood. And that wood will be automatically acquired just as a result of having an active lumber mill. But, you know, I might as well help out. How bad's the heat wave that you're in, Archon? So the only thing that the carpenter can't get here is the clay, because we don't have any clay available at the moment. So I'll do that part myself. Got 3 barrels here, so I'll go get one of my cart trains. Actually, let's make one more barrel. To get a... Well, you know, I could make more barrels than that. We have 3, 4. Okay. That way we can do a clay train of 8. Oh, here comes zombies. And all of this investment is so that I can more easily automatically defend my town. Now, I could put up some Scorpios, but I'd rather have, like, walls first to be able to funnel the enemies in. And then maybe I'll build meta. I was contemplating whether I wanted like more of a meta design or not. But maybe I'll do more of a meta design just so that I don't have to put a lot of work into town defenses. Until you trigger some stuff like quests later on, most of the like sort of zombie town defense stuff is really easy. You shouldn't have too much of a hard time keeping everyone alive. It's not that challenging. Unless you decide to like build your first city in the desert. And if you do that, you probably know what you're doing. Probably. I live so close to the clay site, this is almost pointless, but whatever. Force a habit. In my playtest, I did not live immediately adjacent to a clay pit, and very quickly regretted it. Oops. Okay. Got the clay. Oh, well, you can also drive over it, I suppose. I didn't want to do that, though. because I was actually trying to build it to the site, bring it to the site, and then the game was like, nope, you're going to auto-deposit. It's like, oh, yeah, right, that's a thing. I forgot. Okay. That's everything. Cool. What the? Zombie invented teleportation. Alright, there we go. We got the quarry. And unlike the lumber mill, the quarry can do multiple types of resources. So in my current biome, it can do stone, and then at higher levels, we'll also be able to manage coal and copper. So let's get someone assigned to it. Boom. And queue up the automatic. And for starter, I want stone so that I can actually build, like, some defenses. So you... mine stone repeated. And that's already the default. Sweet. I think... how many more people in the insula? 0. So we're going to need to bring in some new help before... because I kind of wanted a second quarry. But at the moment, I think I need to focus on food. Because, yeah, they don't really have any, do they? Nope, kind of not. Alright, I'll give up my big haunches. And then see about what the farm stand has produced. Because it was not given the logistics to automatically deposit. Looking at it, there's lots of food in this field that we just haven't harvested. So, I'll do some manual harvest. Oh, and that carpenter's already put down some walls. Which is cool. And if you're wondering, yes, I am damaging my own walls. It would serve me to be a little bit more careful, but, you know, God knows I won't be. Now, unfortunately for me, the weed itself is not edible. It's not like a food source. So, if I want to feed my people, I am going to need to process it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give up, like, a lot of my current food so that no one gets peckish and lowers happiness, and then I'll just have to make an effort to do some more like automatic food stuff. Would I be able to use trees as a makeshift wall? I don't... probably? But maybe not a good one, that'd be my concern. It also blocks like line of sight, and can be damaged. And it has a pretty low... oh, nice. Fabia became level 2. Pretty low HP. But possibly. I don't know. I haven't tried to do exploits like that. Okay, we need to set the logistics for stone. I just realized I hadn't actually done that. So output here to input there. Repeating for resources. And then I also probably want to grab the, because I'm not really using the scroll all that much. Let's go ahead and queue up a grappling hook. And I obviously didn't set this one up correctly either. Cool. I'm really bad at the logistics in this game. Blacksmith to... nope. think I've done this right now. I suppose I'll see in a moment once I run over. Oh, come on. All right, fine. I'll just grab the copper. And then I'll update the priority. All right, grappling hook. And let's also, while I'm here, get a cauldron, too. I wouldn't mind some copper armor, but I would need to grab... Actually, I'm going to probably skip copper armor and just do feathered instead, as they're roughly equivalent, and I'd rather have the copper for other things. Now I think about it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Thank you for tuning in to Romestead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. I'm not, however, looking for feedback or spoilers. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Romans.